What's this?
Yeah, 2016 is really fast, and like we spoke last week, if you remember, Jack, the laps are faster than it is in real life. I haven't even checked what the lap pole time was when I do believe, I think it was Kimi
Zillion.
Zillion got disqualified for some weird reason.
Zillion's just been disqualified.
Yeah, I think Kimi
facing the wrong way.
Yeah, I think Kimi Raikkonen got pole in Monza last year, I believe, in a Ferrari.
Yeah, he did.
And one of his first poles, and obviously he did take one win last season, which I think there was no one that was disappointed about that. I think everyone pretty much in the community was happy that Raikkonen won.
Yeah.
Which was quite nice. And JJ Rocks took an interesting line through the first turn, I got to say. And I think his lap time probably got invalidated there. Dark Phoenix is the Ferrari on pole at the moment, but AR Andrew just nips into the post for the 125.5. Now, I wonder if it's going to rain, because it does depend on the strategy. If the best strategy, I think, is going on, to be honest, it's one stop all around, really. You can go super soft to mediums, or soft to mediums. Either one of them will get it to the end of the race. A few people did it last night, did super soft to mediums, they got through to the end, but they did pit a few laps earlier than the soft. So it's definitely a one stop around here, because there is a lot of straights, I gotta say, and less turns. It is also one of the easiest circuits to get around as well. That's where I actually started when I was playing F1 back in the day, doing time trials around here, so that's probably why people would be expecting to do that. Morgan's predicted our pole time will be at 119. Yeah, I could see 119,
yeah,
118.
Oh, Phoenix.
Oh no, he's out. Don't know what happened there.
Oh, it's Ascari.
Oh no.
He's gone off the side. It's Ascari. It was a crash. It wasn't him just retiring because he didn't want to use any more tyres. I went on board with the other Ferrari, and yeah, he was in the wall. So no more running from Dark Phoenix, although he is in P2, so it could be worse.
That was quite common, I gotta say, crashing through Ascari. They just, even in the race I found last night, some people just try and make an audacious move and it never works. So hopefully it doesn't happen tonight. We do also see a steerage again. Yeah, I see where Dark Phoenix has parked it actually. That's not. It's literally towards the end of the Scari, near towards the start of Parabolica. As Hamilton crosses the line. Yeah. No, he's not saying that. Well, he's saying his second flying lap now, I believe. We will have time. So yeah.
More in sector 3. Is that somebody? That's just some people getting out of the way in sector 3. I don't think there's anything anybody's spun. But I think you can sort of read what people did. AKS Hamilton P3 on a set of softs, and I see Jason P4 on a set of mediums. So good going from him. But you sort of read what Phoenix did. I have a feeling he just got maybe a bit too excited halfway through the corner, or he clipped the left-hander on the way out, and the car's gotten loose. He's overcorrected, and he span into the wall. I've overcorrected like that many times. I think everybody has. So I think that's an understandable crash, particularly around here where you've got almost no downforce at all on your car, or the smallest amount you could possibly have.
Yeah, it is quite difficult around, and usually sometimes the most popular people make a move is turn 1, and they just make a move and expect to want to move in lap 1, but it's not over, the race is not over at lap 1, so you can afford to take it a bit easy into turn 1, get it away cleanly, and then find another place on the circuit to overtake. And then you have more of a chance of staying in the race for a little bit longer. As we've got 8 minutes and 56 seconds left of the session, and we've got 15 drivers still either on the lap now, or on the out lap, or in the pits ready to set on a lap. And Jason did quite well last week as well. He did get a few. We have APS Hamilton that just went through. I think it was it was turn 1. He lost it a little bit there in that turn.
Yeah.
So not good from Hamilton.
Yeah, go on. Ooh. Rock's getting bit shaky on the loose there around Parabolica. It's getting a bit on the AstroTurf, but he managed to save it. I remember a couple of years ago in the Porsche Super Cup, we actually saw a Porsche roll through Parabolica quite a few times, as we said. Although a lot a lot of people get criticised for getting turn 1 wrong, but you got to remember, turn 1 in Italy is probably one of the hardest braking zones of the whole calendar, because you're coming in at probably one of the highest speeds you ever reach on a Formula 1 track. There's shadows everywhere, so your braking zone is going to be changing quite a lot. The tyres are going to be obviously overheating, underheating, getting wear on them, so your braking zone is going to change quite frequently through laps. So you've got to keep track on where it's happening and where you can make gains. Obviously, 75% of this lap is full throttle, but you can just get a sense of how quick these cars are going around this track. It isn't called the Temple of Speed for no reason.
No, it's not, and that's why the lap times are
Al taking quickly travel.
Yeah, they're flagging sector 2, probably people just slowing down yet again. And that's where we see Michael Schumacher take a lot of wins here, but I'm not really that surprised. The 2004, I've driven a 2004 car in this game, in the Monza circuit, and boy does it sound good in those V8 cars. It just sounds, the engine just sounds pretty good. As JJ Rocks has just gone fastest at the moment. I'm quite surprised nobody's gone faster than 120 at the moment. Because Andrew said in the F3 chat that he thought the lap was not good, but as JJ Rocks has taken another corner cut as well, but he is on his in lap anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I think we definitely can see some lap times improve.
Yeah. In the chat earlier, Steerage posted a lap time that he did in a time trial. He did a 1:18.9, which is mega, so he should be seeing a really good time from him coming up now. He's on the soft tyre, so he's going to be a bit slower than those on the faster tyre, but he's going to be able to start on them, and he goes P6. So quite a difference between time trial and qualifying at the moment.
He's still twitching a little bit.
Second.
Which I found.
And
so, it might be just our glitch.
Sorry. But
it might be just our glitch, but hey
JJ Rocks as well, taking pole
at the moment.
Force India.
And
then Andrew beats him, takes it back off of him.
In the Toro Rosso, I think it's his first race in the Toro Rosso, so that will be a good start for him if he keeps this up. Obviously in the name, of course, he does race in other leagues. There's also our very own ILR3 esports team, Jason, our sole representative. We do have merch, so if you want to check that out, please do and support the team as well. Jason's been doing quite well in that team, so well done to him. I am impressed with that. There's only a few people are out at the moment on a lap. Blaze and Slender, I think, just did a 1:21.670, so he didn't improve on his last lap. Nobody on the mediums, which is normal, because if you start the race on the mediums, then you are going to struggle, because the mediums are not the best race tyre to drive on this circuit, especially the amount of straights on the circuit, and you will lose a lot of grip really fast. And if I was the drivers, I would, if the clouds are starting to come over, I would suggest them getting a lap right now, because you never know what the weather can do. I don't see any dark clouds at the moment, though. I don't see any dark clouds, so it's all right for the drivers, so they can play it easy. As JJ Rocks is going to the pits, APS Hamilton is still looking to improve on his lap time. It probably is due to the temperature of the track that's causing lap times to be quite low at the moment, because if it's overcast, the track will be colder and the lap times will be slower. So that is why you're probably seeing slower lap times, but that is similar conditions to what it was in the real life race, where it was quite cloudy as well. APS. We keep interrupting each other. We're very sorry. APS Hamilton is looking to nick APS Steerage off their perch. I really do hope, like I said earlier, I hope they do battle. Morgan said apparently I almost swore. If I did, I'm sorry. It's a habit.
I was going to say, earlier on you were talking about Michael Schumacher and his record around Monza. Ironically, from what I remember, when he and Barrichello were teammates, I think it was Barrichello that actually outclassed Schumacher, of all places, around Monza. I mean, it was either a Williams or Ferrari that won around Monza most of the time.
It might be
And I'm
Montoya.
pretty sure, yeah, Montoya and Barrichello won
It might have
most
been,
of the time, more
actually.
than Michael.
Let me
Which is
just
a
check.
surprise because Michael being the most dominant driver of all time, which is stacked, 91 wins. But yeah. And I mean, it's cloudy, but it's not quite the 2017 qualifying
No.
sort of standards.
Not
I mean,
at
I
the
was
moment.
there. I know.
I hope we see someone in the 190s. I'm just trying to find. It was 2001 that Juan Pablo Montoya won the Italian Grand Prix. He got pole as well, and Michael Schumacher didn't even get the fastest lap. His brother Ralph Schumacher got the fastest lap in Monza of that year. So I think that was the year where Montoya was starting to get a little bit dominant. And also I did wish that Montoya would have got a championship, because if he stayed in, I think, Formula 1 for one more year, I think he would have got that he would have got that championship, because he was very close one year. And I think, yeah, 2 years in a row, Michael Schumacher has not won Monza, because I think Rubens Barrichello won the following year. So, yeah. So, don't count your chickens before they hatch. I'm not going to say anything because Atlantis has just told me last night, don't jinx anything about him, because he doesn't want to be out. He wants to get a good result for the Ferrari team. So, I won't jinx it. Do not worry, Atlantis. So
I've actually got the stat here for the two joint most successful Italian Grand Prix drivers in terms of wins, and they are Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. Maybe it's Hamilton left the session, so I don't know what's going on there. Schumacher won it in 96, 98, 2000, 03 and 06. That's that. And Hamilton won it in 12, 14, 15, 17 and 18, obviously.
18? It didn't look like in 2018 that he was going to win.
I have a feeling if Seb didn't bottle it at the start and clunk himself round, the Ferraris would have won it.
Yeah.
Because they would have been able to support each other. Because Vettel had to do a comeback drive again. He couldn't.
Exactly. So, the last 40 seconds of the session is pretty much all the drivers are out now, except Blazing Slender and Zanardi. We've got the first person into the 119th, and that is APS Steerage. Not really Not really that surprised that APS Steerage has got pole at the moment, as I think APS Hamilton's just joined the session again. He has retired from the session though, but he will be back for the race, so that is a relief. So is he going to stay where he is, or is he going to have someone nip him at his heels at the moment? But very impressed with Steerage though, as the checkered flag has fallen. Steerage has a chance to set another lap, and so has AOR Andrew as well. I'm just seeing.
Yeah.
Pretty much most people that are out can set a lap time now. Cal.
Yellow flags everywhere.
Yeah, that is very odd. As Cal just crossed the line, he
And
improves
they
by
all
1/10.
disappeared.
He improves by 1/10, and he's now in 6th position. Blazing Slender couldn't do any more. He's in 11th position, so he gets free choice of tyres, obviously. And
I don't know if you're spectating AGH. He was with a bit of a, I don't know, opposite lock on the curves there, and he goes wide the parabolic. I'm not sure if that will compromise his lap or not. We'll find out as he comes over the line. He goes P8, so he did improve. So decent time from AJH. Barry on his debut gets P10. Not a bad job. Gun Thunder's coming round on his lap.
Steerage is slowing down already. I think he's running out of fuel, I think. So he's not going to improve.
Oh, there's someone going through the gravel.
That's Andrew.
Barry and
a McLaren and
Cal.
a Sauber. Wow. And they've both lost their front, well, a McLaren has lost their front wing. That's Jason, I
Have a
think.
look at Dun Thunder real quick. He doesn't improve.
Nope. So, your pole man, APS Steerage, is now on pole once again. He's just like getting poles after poles after poles pretty much every week. Let me just check. If I remember, I wonder, did he get pole last time about? Let me just, so we were round 13 last week. Oh no, it doesn't say. I think he did. I think he did get pole. So, well done
Cool.
to him. So, pole for the second week in a row. But not his teammate lining up on the front row. It's new face to ILR, AR Andrews. So, it's nice to see someone on their debut getting a good pole time. It is really nice, to be honest. And we are about to get the standings up at some point. Get your predictions in the chat who you think is going to win. Yeah, Morgan said that, yeah, Steerage did get pole last week. I thought so. So, yeah, here are your standings then. Steerage takes pole from Andrew in P2 by 0.3 per second. And we've got Hamilton, JJ Rocks, ILT Jason, Carl, Atlantis, AJH, Dark Phoenix, and Barry rounds up your top 10. We've got Dome Thunder in 11th, Blazing Slender, Titan Prime, Leper, Ados, Zanardi, and those are the people that obviously had a time with 3 choice of tyres. Zanardi and Zillion have not set a lap time, or Zillion got disqualified. Anyway, and I've done that just in time, so that was good timing, I got to say. So, yes, as Andrew just said, a big well done to Steerage in the chat. That is good sportsmanship, and it is dry race. A dry race.
Okay, so we're going to see some speeds in this race instead of water being flung everywhere. And I got some more stats as well.
Nice.
For Monza. So, should I just count the Formula 1 Grand Prix, or should I count Grand Prix in total? And then I can tell how many wins some of the most successful teams had.
F1.
Just F1, okay.
Yeah, because obviously it's F1 2018.
Yeah, so 1950 onwards, basically.
Yeah.
Ferrari have had 18 wins in Formula 1, most successful team by far at Monza. McLaren have 10, which is the next most successful. Mercedes have 7 in Formula 1. Alfa Romeo have 1. Williams 6. Lotus 5. Auto Union doesn't count because that was all pre 1950. BRM 3. Brabham 3. Maserati 3. Van Wall 2. Renault 2. Red Bull 2.
Wow.
There you go.
So not many well, actually, there's about 5 or 6 teams in the current grade. So that's Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, Renault, Williams, and McLaren that have won here. So 6 out of the 10 teams. That's not a bad shout. But that was when Williams and McLaren had their glory. But unfortunately, they don't now, which is a bit of a shame. So. And
one last stat. There's only been 1 year in Formula 1 that Monza hasn't been a feature on the calendar, and that was 1980. Ironically, that was also Ferrari's worst season.
So, to be honest, the Tifosi might be glad that they didn't have a Monza Grand Prix then. And Williams obviously has won in the past here. Could Steerage add to that stat tonight and take a win to add to his pole? And hopefully, guys, I hope to see not many carnage, please. We saw some carnage in turn 1 in lap 2 yesterday in ILR3, where 3 cars got taken out. So we don't really want that to happen today. But the driving standards of ILR3 have improved pretty much since around about race 7 or 8. So
yeah.
I think from the start there was some issues. The grid has changed multiple times, but now I think we have got a competitive grid as Hamilton's just got disqualified. Cal's got disqualified. Steerage is making his way through the parabolica to make his way into the grid, and he's going really fast for a formation lap. I thought he'll be warming his tyres a little bit more, but obviously he's not doing that.
Yeah, what was I going to say? I can't remember what I was just going to say. I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot as well, because I forgot what I was going to say.
Hopefully we don't see the carnage that I saw yesterday in the league. Basically, it was Russia. It was damp conditions, but it wasn't wet enough for inters. So into turn 1, I think you can imagine what happened.
Oh, okay.
But this is Italy, so anything could happen.
I'll let you do the start this time.
Okay, so it's 5 lights. I'd appreciate a different camera angle. I'm currently looking backwards on the grid. and it's lights out, and away we go. And it's a decent start from the Williams, but the Red Bull is already side by side with the Toro Rosso. I think we might see a change between P2 and P3 going in, and the Toro Rosso has a bit of a swerve, a massive dive bomb from Andrew. Steerage just to cut the chicane and gets himself a 10-second time penalty. That is going to have a bit of a chat. There's a Sauber off, there's a Force India going through the gravel as well. Not too sure if there's any others. There's a 3 wide in the background. Haas gets on the grass. Zealy and Average already up 6 places from, 5 places. P17 to P12. That's good for the Mercedes. ABS Steerage still has the lead, but he's been given a 10-second time penalty. In my view, very unfairly from the Toro Rosso with AOR Andrew, who just decided he wants to sail up the inside of 2 cars. Well, a bit of controversy already, I think.
Yeah, which is, I think, it is quite hard. I think quite harsh for the people to get a 10-second time penalty, Steerage. But hopefully he could stay clear a little bit. Was it a stop go?
No, it's just a clear 10-second time penalty. If the time penalty's bad enough, you get a 10-second one.
So I don't know I don't know why he got it. It might have been the other way around, but
no,
we have.
I think.
Sorry.
If the stewards are, if the stewards are fair at the end, I think it would just through utter decency they take that off.
Yeah.
Because that was just so unfair. He got dive bombed. He had to cut the corner to avoid taking anyone else out or himself out. And there's a Red Bull side by side with the Toro Rosso. He squeezed the throttle a bit too much. Or the Toro Rosso just squeezed him a bit too much on the curb. A bit of squeezing, everything going on there caused the Red Bull to get a bit squirmy on the exit and lose out as a result.
Yeah, Andrew's doing quite well to maintain it, but he is going to be very close to getting some penalties if he's not careful. So he's got to keep it together. Steerage is already pulling away. I think that's what he needs to do at the moment. Oh my, I think we have a few people that dropped position on my screen. We have a Renault that's out. That's Blazing Slender, who I think binned it on the almost near the second Variante.
Or
second
between the Lesmos.
Yeah. So our first casualty of the Lesmo and our first casualty out of the race. And yeah, Steerage is basically going on overdrive right now because he knows he's got that penalty. So he's got to be careful though. He will probably have to pit early because he'll have to make sure he doesn't waste his tyres a little bit. Hamilton's still over the back of Andrew. A bit of lag on my end for Hamilton. So I wonder how that's going to turn out with the battle going into turn 1. They're side by side at the moment. Andrew holds on to the inside. Andrew takes it for now, but Hamilton's not going to give up. Oh! What has just happened with those two?
Spun. I wasn't sure who that was. I was looking at another battle. I'm not too sure whose fault that was, but looking at it, I can sort of gather how it happened.
I think it was both of them, I think. So Andrew and Hamilton...
Hamilton lets him back past.
So I think it might have been Hamilton who have probably squeezed them. But that means Cal and Dark Phoenix are in second and third place now. They stayed out of trouble. I was watching it a little bit and Cal almost was squeezed into turn 1 on the gravel.
Yeah.
So luckily he managed to avoid that. So that was good to see. And it's also nice to see that Warren Ferrari is in the top 3 and he is hungry for that win.
Oh my, I'm getting a lot of lag.
Oh, you're getting a lot of lag. Oh, we got a Toro Rosso of Andrew just did a massive spun.
What's happening? Okay, I think it's fixed itself. Dun Thunder and ABS out. Dun Thunder's being boxed in by ILR3 Jason, trying to overtake, but he can't move anywhere because he was right on the edge of the track. I still can't tell what's going on because he's lagging so much. Oh my god, you're going to have to do the commentating a bit because I might have to leave and rejoin in a sec because this is unbelievable.
And I think they're now going 4 wide into turn 1. The Force India.
Yeah, that was JJ Rocks. I'll tell you something though, JJ Rocks, if he holds it together, he almost made up 3 positions in 1 there. I think if he did that, that would have been one of the overtakes of the season. But still, 2 positions, still very good. Okay, I've got enough connection to tell what's going on.
Yeah, there was a few times where it's been lagging for me, but I think at the moment it's all right. Zillion, I think, just made his way past Atlantis in up into P9 now. He's made a lot of positions. He started from the back.
Andrew's gone. Anthony's taken out.
Oh.
Titan Prime as well.
Where's Titan? Oh no, Titan Prime's got a massively damaged front wing. That is not. What?
And again, that was not his fault. Titan Prime, that was not his fault at all.
And virtual
I
safety
can vouch for him
car.
on that one.
And Titan Prime got a time penalty.
Yeah, it was AR Andrew span in front of him. Titan Prime tried to avoid him, but Andrew collected the Mercedes. And for some reason, the game's given Titan, of all people, a penalty, even though it was just the victim.
To be
I'm not
honest,
too sure what's going on with the penalty system at the moment, because that's 2 penalties. I think there's going to have to be taken off steerage at the start, and Titan Prime's 5-second time penalty that you just got given there.
yeah, the game tonight is being a little bit harsh on.
AJH is out. What happened to him? He's gone straight on at the chicane. Not the chicane, the parabolica.
Yeah.
On the virtual safety car.
Oh no, so we've only lost 3 people. Are we going to get the curse like we had last night?
Renault spun. Thunder spun at the first chicane.
Oh, the first chicane is a common place for people to spin, but I think he done it on his own accord. What is going on with this league tonight? Oh my word, I said no carnage.
JJ Rocks is lagging, I know that much.
Yeah, JJ Rocks is doing like what APS Steerage did in qualifying, but still managed to get pole position. Oh, he's twitching. He's in the gravel. Oh, wait, what?
No, he's not. He's just lagging so much. I can't tell what he's doing.
He has to leave. He has to leave the session if he keeps doing that, because it's probably going to affect other drivers.
No one's going to be able to overtake him.
Or otherwise, or it might be do it. And I think the reason why Steerage got a penalty earlier on in the race was he did gain an advantage at turn 1. He was 1.5 seconds clear after the chicane. So that might have been why he got a penalty. But that should have been 5 seconds, not 10. Just saying.
I mean, ILR3 Jason doesn't really know what to do at the moment. He doesn't want to die because he doesn't want JJ Rocks to lag into him. But he doesn't really want to stay behind him either because Zillion's going to get him otherwise. Zillion, a massive comeback drive at the moment. He's already up 10 places and he hasn't pitted yet. I don't think anyone's pitted yet, have they?
No, and don't forget Zillion didn't set that time because obviously he faced the wrong way in qualifying, so he is looking.
Still not too sure what happened there, but never mind.
He didn't get a good result. Let me just see what battles we can follow. We've got another Force India. No, it's not another Force India. It's a Haas, my bad. Fighting for the Ferrari. They're side by side going through the second chicane, as we like to call it. Almost pushing each other off the track. That is not how you do it, my friend. The Ferrari's on the gearbox of Lepa for a minute there. I think Lepa's getting some lag as well. Or it might be just our lobby lagging.
He just went deep, allowed the other Haas of F1 Zanardi through. F1 Zanardi's having a bit of a storm. He's up P7 places. I think the person who got the best start of anyone, Thunder gets past Atlantis. I'm not sure what's happening with Atlantis at the moment. He's got full battery and is not running it.
I did see someone lose it a little bit in Ascari for a little bit there, but I didn't quite see who it was. But Jason is fighting with JJ Rocks in the Force India, as JJ Rocks is still on the back of him. He's gonna get DRS. No, he's not choosing to use it, but he's got the slipstream, so he could possibly do it. He's decided to do DRS quite late, which is quite unusual. As
oh my god!
Lag.
He spins.
I was just like, oh, he spins. I was like, oh no, he's lagged. It is absolutely crazy, but it might just be a glitch our end. I don't know. I wonder if the drivers do have got that. Andrew did say in the Twitter chat that he is sorry to whoever he collected once he spun. So I think he's one of those guys where he didn't mean to do what he did. So good fair play on you, Andrew. Like, I think it is his first race in ILR. So and you learn from your mistakes and you try to overcome from them. But anyway, Steerage 11.4 seconds clear of Cal. He is a machine. He won't need that 10-second penalty at this rate. I think that...
Oh, ILR3 Jason's gone straight on. Scary.
Oh, that's going to be a time penalty for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I don't think he got one because he went slow enough across Ascari that the game managed to count it as a disadvantage. I mean, he's lost 2 places. He's conceded to JJ Rocks and Zillion Average, who moves up yet another place.
Zillion, my man, is doing good. And he's on a set of soft tyres as well, so that's going to play into his
Yeah, I wouldn't be
hands at the moment.
surprised if we. I honestly,
Could
I
he
wouldn't
get
be
to-
surprised if he's in potential for a podium right now. I mean, he's only what 7 seconds behind Dark Phoenix, and he's going to be on softer tyres later on.
Last
All
to
worth considering.
podium. That could be a story there, folks. Last to podium.
I think
And he had free choice
we've
of
already
tyres
got
as
a
well.
candidate for driver of the day.
And he had free choice of tyres as well. And he did the best thing by going on the soft tyres because the top 5 are going to pit earlier than him. And Zillion has been trying to avoid the trouble. He's been, Jason got another penalty. He's been overtaking like there's no tomorrow. He's already finding a lot of time in the other Mercedes. So yeah, definitely. Well, I'm not going to say much because I'm probably going to put a little bit of pressure on him because he may be watching the stream. He might not, but he may be. So not going to say anything more. As
I think F1 Zanardi might be about to put a move on Affinity. These guys are going to have to be clean because while they are teammates, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Zanardi's pushing that much. He lifted quite a bit before he entered Ascari. I think what happened with Jason last lap is he tried to go up, dive up the inside of Hamilton, but just misjudged it. He didn't get enough, he didn't position his car enough so that his car would go around the car in front of him. So he just ended up slamming the brakes on too hard, locking up and going straight on. Lucky he didn't actually hit the Red Bull. Maybe it's Hamilton though. Who's that in? Dark Phoenix.
yeah, Dark
Going to set of
Phoenix in the
mediums,
pits now.
softs to mediums.
I'm
So he's not feeling the tyre
surprised.
wear on his. Not feeling the tyre wear on his Ferrari.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he pitted less. He's pitted earlier than the super soft runners, so he must be struggling. Maybe the tyres got a bit cold or something like that, but we shall see. But I think Sirius is going to have enough time to come out in 4th at the moment, but he will probably still be in the lead at some point. The pit stop in Italy is not very long at all, so by the looks of things, I'm on lap 9 of 27 at the moment, and the ones on the mediums now got to make sure they get it to the end of the race. Titan Prime, I think it's going to be a tall order because he did pit around about lap 5 due to that incident he had with Andrew. So
Zillion, by the way, already
he's gained another
overtaking
position.
JJ Rocks.
Well, he was 6.
He
Now
might
he's
be.
5th. Oh no, someone pitted. My bad.
I think JJ Rocks has decided he wants to stop lagging for the minute. His car seems
Don't jinx it.
relatively stable.
Don't jinx it.
He's diving in the pits anyway. And he went in there about 300,000 miles an hour. What on earth? Unless that was lag again, but he didn't get a penalty, so it must have been fine.
Yeah, I think Steerage is. Steerage is struggling with his tyres. No, it was Hamilton actually. I thought it was Steerage, but I was on board with one person. But Hamilton is really struggling on his tyres right now. Steerage, I think he's all right at the moment. He is coping, and he could probably still come out in the lead. Clear the lead. Obviously, there's other people that still got a pit. So if he pits now, he's going to have a very comfortable gap. Well, he's still twitching quite a lot. He's going. This lobby, I think, is messing up tonight in my head because there's a lot of people lagging. Well, it might be just me, but I don't know. Jason is in 3rd, and the only people on the super soft not pit is Steerage and Hamilton. So who's gonna pit? Who's gonna make the move
Average
first? I wonder.
originally came out in front of Jason, but because of that massive tyre age difference, he did manage to overtake him. So I see Jason as net 3rd at the minute, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And next 3rd.
Ooh.
Yeah. As I think, I'm surprised. Steerage and Hamilton are not going to the pits. ILR3 yesterday, they started pitching around about lap 8 on the super softs. So these two are pushing their tyres to the limit. They've got to be careful, because otherwise they could get punches here. But they may surprise us. As Ados has been on those tyres. Ados qualified on set of mediums? That's a shocker. So he's going to be on
I think so.
Yeah, he's been on the medium tyres for around about 10 laps as well. So yeah, that is much of a shock more than anything, I've got to say. A massive shout out to 3 of you that are there's only 3 of you watching, but I hope you're all enjoying it anyway. As Steerage is just going through a sky now. No signs of his tyres dying, but there was a little bit of a lock-up going through the parabolica, so is there a sign if he's going to pit now? Yes, there is. Yes, he's pitting. So, let's follow him to the pits. It is his pit window anyway. So, it is quite a long way to go to the Williams pit box, and he's going on to a set of softs. That is interesting.
Wait, who's this?
Steerage. He's gone to a set of softs.
From a set of super softs.
No, from
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah, from
So
super
12
softs.
laps on supers, 15 on super softs. Yeah, that's about right, I'd say.
Yeah, that's why I know it's a one stop. Oh, Steerage, that was a little bit of a slide there from you. But anyway.
Taking the Lewis Hamilton line through turn 1 there from, if anyone has seen that overtake he did on Gimme that one year.
I think the main reason why he wants to do go on those super softs, those softs, because he knows he's got a 10-second
Ooh, Zillion getting close to Jason.
I will tell you my findings in a minute. We've got a battle on our hands for potentially P3 and P4 in this race. With Jason and Zillion. Now Zillion, I think it looks like he's doing a last to first as they're about to go through a sky now, approaching turn 8. Braking just for the 100-metre board. Jason, well, Jason got a penalty for corner cut, and that didn't look like a corner cut, well, but that did look like a corner cut for a little bit there. Anyway, Cow is right behind JJ Rocks as well. Cow is up to P9. I was going to follow JJ Rocks, but JJ Rocks is lagging again, so I don't want to get your experience. Jason is going to
Jason pits.
And Zillion is still out, so Zillion is technically in the lead. Well, not the net lead, but he's going to be in a very comfortable position. He's going to come out in probably P7 or P8. Steerage out in P3 right now. Well, he's in a net lead, but he's in a good position.
Okay, I'm a little confused.
As,
I thought ILR3 Jason already pitted for the softs. I didn't know he hadn't pitted yet.
Yeah,
He was going
I
on
thought,
to
like,
mediums.
it was
Zillion, I thought he came out on softs, but no, he pitted for the first time onto mediums. But
It was
I don't know
Cal
why
who
I thought
pitted
that.
earlier. It was Cal who
Blazen
pitted,
Slender's
yeah.
left.
Yeah,
Well, he
Blazen.
has.
He retired on the first lap.
Obviously enjoying this race. If he retired on lap 1 and he's only just left.
Yep, and Steerage has got to pull the gap a little bit if he wants to still get the win. He's got 10 seconds. Hamilton's out! Hamilton's out of this race. What has happened to him?
Oh, what has happened there in the entry to the second chicane? BSC.
Another virtual safety car. Yeah, I've just seen him.
Yeah, go on board with Barry 23 and you'll see the stricken Red Bull.
Yeah, I think they're going to wait until Barry and Titan go past him.
How did that happen? I have a feeling... did he just get it wrong and go into the wall on the right and spin?
I really don't know. Hamilton
An odd
has...
place to... Unless he was going for an overtake, squeezed them a bit too much, and then, yeah, just Leper's got a 5-second stop go.
Hamilton...
We're racing again, and I think JJ Rock's got the jump on Cal.
Hamilton has had quite a bad luck, I think, in this race, which is unfortunate.
They're stacking. The Haas guys are stacking. It's going to knock Zanardi down a bit.
Yeah, Zanardi's in the pits right now. Leper in the pits. Oh, that really didn't help. They need to work as teammates. They need to work together.
I thought they should have pitted on different laps.
Yeah, just like
Yellow sector 1.
Just like the two Ferraris
Question
did.
mark. Oh, I think Cal just had a spin.
Oh no, they still managed to hold on to P6 at the moment though. But good
Yeah,
news.
it didn't cost him much, but now Dun Thunder's going to be back on the back of him. But I think Zillion average, if he does pit, it'll be this lap. More yellows in sector 1. Leper's gone straight on. He's got a puncture.
Who?
Leper's got a puncture immediately. Coming out of the pit, he's got a puncture.
Oh my god, that is just very unfortunate. That is left front tyre as well.
How
Wait,
has that happened?
wait, is
He's
there
literally
not-
come out of the pits and he's immediately got a puncture.
How is he gonna cope limping into the pits? That is, oh, that is gonna be a long ride. I'm surprised there's not a virtual safety car, but
That is... There's sin damage on. That is quite unbelievable.
I really
He's come out
don't
of the pits
know.
and almost instantly got a puncture. Because those are brand new. They haven't even done a lap yet.
Oh my god. So far on lap 15,
He's literally gone about 300 metres and the front left's had a puncture.
So far on lap 15 we've had a lot of retirements, and we may have a potential to have a fifth unless Leper dived into the pits, which he's got to be careful because I don't want his left tyre to just fly out the window.
And he's going to have to be careful because Zillion's about to catch up with him.
Yes, and about to
He does get out of the way very nicely.
Yeah, very nice. It's important actually. I think when you're getting lapped, the slower car always takes the race in line, and obviously the faster car will have to find a way to go past him. I think that's what I've learned.
Zillion, I think, is pitting this lap. Yes, he is.
That's what I've learned in endurance races. A slower car in a lap situation always gets the race in line, whereas the fast car will have to take the less normal.
Hang on a second.
Zillion's
Is that
pitting
planned?
as well.
No, average has gone on to set of mediums. Was that planned?
Yeah, it was. He's doing a
I thought we would have gone on to set of super softs, but
no, he's going soft.
fair enough.
He's going soft to mediums. If they were going on set of super soft, they'll probably pit around about lap 18, lap 19.
Jesus.
That was close.
What? Jesus, straight out the pits. You don't want to be doing lunges like that.
Like lunges like there's no tomorrow. Like, I swear with ILR3, there's always chaos of some any way, shape or form. There used to be
Italy always throws up good races. That's just sort of a unwritten rule in league racing, I think.
Well, to be honest, in a good way, that's good. But I have another league race on Italy like next week, so that's making me more excited for that, to be honest. And we also have ILR1 and 2 on PS4 on Sunday, so I'll definitely be watching those on Sunday because I want to see more Italy action. I've obviously watched some races before that I commentated last night on Italy as well. So I think Italy has become one of my favourite tracks, I've got to say, because in 2017, the times I had the opportunity to commentate on Italy, I was away at a conference, so I couldn't, which I was gutted about. So, and it's proven to be a good race so far. We're on lap 17 out of 27.
I mean,
we're on 20,
yeah.
22
F1
minutes
Zanardi.
of the session.
F1 Zanardi being the only person who did the strategy that I thought was going to do that strategy, soft to super soft. He's managed to pull it off, and he's all over the back of Dun Thunders, and he's having a much better race than he has been having in the past. He's trying to take P6 from Dun Thunder, Zillion average, not liking those mediums.
No,
He's
he is
already
not.
5 seconds back off Jason, so I don't know if he made a mistake somewhere or what.
I think he probably has made a mistake. I think he saw. I think now what he sees a few people that went on
Well, yeah.
to the soft tyres as their second tyre choice. He probably should have done that, but he didn't.
Unless steerage does a Vettel, we're not going to even need to take that penalty off of him.
Steerage
Because
will
he's 20
hate
seconds
us.
ahead.
Steerage will hate us that we say, oh, steerage is a Vettel. But yeah, steerage is doing very well this season. I think he only turned off assists in Hungary, so this is his first race with no assists, and it is an assist league. I think this is the only tier where they are allowed to use any assist they like on Xbox. Everyone else, I think in tier 2, I think you're only allowed racing line, and then obviously tier 1, you're not allowed any. And I think that's what steerage's goal is to get into tier 2 next season. But his goal right now is to win the championship, because if he wins the championship, he's almost certain that he's gonna go into tier 2 this season.
Adolf's in the pits.
Yeah, he obviously started
Brazilian
on
average
mediums,
is...
and he's going to a set of super
Oh,
softs.
but he's under attack from JJ Rocks.
JJ Rocks is having no lag issues at all at the moment. That is good to see. JJ Rocks is now up into P3. So good on JJ Rocks as he is fighting to overcome.
Starting to twitch again.
Yeah, he is. I spoke. It's too soon, I've got to say. And oh no, Zillian's got a time penalty. I will check. We will check time penalties in a minute. Dark Phoenix has dropped. I don't know why he lost pace there, but he's going to try and catch up to Titan Prime now. Titan Prime not having the best of races, but he's trying to see if it's possible he can get in the points. Because he's at a stage now where you can't give up, because there could be people in front of him that make mistakes.
Ooh, that was
is Titan Ascari.
Zillian must have got about. He must have got about a foot behind that Force India, but yeah.
Oh, and also
He's more confident on the brakes. I think that's just clear. JJ Rocks has decided he wants to hit the lag button again.
Yeah, he is lagging like crazy, so I'm not going to follow him. Jason, though, in P2. How did that happen?
He pitted earlier than everyone else. I mean, these tyres are. I thought JJ Rocks just went into a spin. Well, he must have done, because Zillian has just got past him. I think he had a half spin.
And
I don't think that was lag. But he's going to try and fight back. I'm going to try and spectate with him.
I think
that was
James.
fairly. Whoa! Well, we just did an Alonso from 2013, gone round the outside of the second chicane. Now that is a textbook move. I rate that, even though he is lagging. Keep it clean with that connection. Props.
I think it is a glitch RN, because if he was able to make that move, then
yeah,
you know,
can't be that bad.
No, so it might be just a glitch RN, unfortunately. Steerage at the moment is doing enough to make sure he still maintains the win, because bearing in mind, he does have a 10-second time penalty, but he's 20 seconds
Even though we
right
think
now.
it was given to him unfairly.
Yes, but I think that's why he had to change his strategy midway through the race. So he knew he had the penalty, so he knew he had to push his tyres, and knowing he'll go on the soft tyres, they're going faster than most people in the race, he could possibly get the pace up a little bit. I think that's what he's doing, or was it his planned strategy all along? We will never know. As ADOS Gamers all the way up into P8 at the moment. And we do have a Renault and a Haas. They were side by side, but the Haas deciding to, defended that.
Zanardi in P5. What a race from the guy.
Let's look at positions again. So, Zillian's gained 13, and Zanardi's gained 11. So, Zillian and Zanardi, I think Zillian was one of the top contenders for driver of the day, but I think Zanardi, going from where he was to where he is now, because I think that'll be his best finish. That'll be just absolutely good stuff. So, yeah.
I think one thing I forgot to do at the beginning was actually, I do this is my personal thing, nothing to do with ILR, but is the Supercharge Award, which is most positions gained on the first couple of laps. A bit like they do in Rallycross, but they do it quick progression to lights. I do it for the most laps. Positions gained in yellow flags. Gone. Never mind.
Wait, what?
Most positions gained in the first 2 laps, and I think the person who did that was Zillian Average, who got 6 positions in 2 laps, I think it was. P17 to P11, so good job on him.
Good, yeah. I think we need to learn to do that properly in the race to come, because the next race is Singapore, obviously. It is the longest race on the calendar, and that is probably a tyre demanding track. It is quite difficult, and my controllers just went on the floor, but luckily it's still intact, so that's good. And so the top 12, Barry and Titan Prime are the only person not to get a point at the moment for the race, but at this rate, the 2 Ferraris can get points at the moment. Probably not the best points you would like as set, but at least it'll give the Tifosi something to cheer about. At least they'll get points. But so far, Williams is leading this race with Jason in P2. And interestingly, both for Williams and McLaren has won in Monza in real life. So
Ugh.
So,
I mean, Toro Rosso aren't going to. Oh shit! Sorry.
excuse me about the bad language.
Well, there might be a bit of bad language from one of the drivers because JJ Rox just spun and lost his whole front wing.
Holy moly!
Out of Ascari.
He's going to go into the pits now. He's got to.
Yeah, he's got to. You can't go around with no front wing on. That's a black and orange flag right there, even though they don't really exist in this game for some reason.
I thought he was going to stay out, but yeah, luckily he's going to the pit, so that is a relief.
Yeah, just go to make the gains in the corners by just going about 250 miles an hour down the straights with no front wing.
Morgan just told you off for swearing in the chat.
Sorry.
Tut, Jack, yeah. I just saw someone go off. Is that JJ? No, it wasn't. I just see someone, or it might be just me. This lobby, apparently it's worse than it is. When people are racing it.
I mean, we saw JJ Rox do an unbelievable move on Zillion earlier around the out. He did a Alonso from 2013 when he went around the outside of Webber, and you can't do that sort of move when he was lagging. So JJ Rox can't be that bad in the actual race. The thing is just the spectator cam being a bit dumb. I'm just going to use another word.
Yeah, you nearly said another word. You nearly said another word, which you didn't say. Well, I'm sorry, I'm feeling very wicked tonight. I don't know why. I've been wicked all day, to be honest. But we got 4 more laps to go, and Zanardi just managed.
He's in a podium.
Yeah.
Zanardi's in a podium.
That is
good for him.
That's incredible stuff. These two are going to fight towards the end of this race. So we won't get a lead battle like we did last week, but we are going to get a battle for the last podium position. So at least we will get a battle somehow for the last few laps.
Zanardi really on it today.
He is.
I mean,
side by side again.
Good for him. Forget it.
Oh, he's lost
bit of a
little
squeeze
bit.
between the two of them.
So and
I won't spoil it, but I'm just going to look at the penalties.
Okay, and Morgan just said, Jack, you're forgiven, so...
Good, thank you.
And if you don't know Morgan, he's a reserve commentator for ILR, so if any of us cannot make it, he fills in for us, and he is a good commentator, and to show his gratitude, he obviously likes watching our races when he's not commentating, so that is a good reserve commentator in this, because you never know when you might get asked to commentate on a race. So props to him. He's amazing. So anyway, Zillion is having a little bit of issues with his lag at the moment, but Zanardi's going to get DRS, I think, by the looks of things. Yes, he is. They're side by side going through the start finish straight. Zanardi gets the move done, that because of what he did in lap before, and looks like he keeps that move. So props to Zanardi. Now let me just check the standings actually as well on what position was his best ever result. I'm not going to spoil anything because I don't want to jinx it between these guys.
Just getting people weaving everywhere. Oh Jesus! I didn't know which way. What's happening?
What? No! Zillion has spun. I don't.
Dun Dunder's taken it.
Oh no! I think I jinxed
Dun Dunder's
it.
come out of nowhere.
I jinxed it.
Zanardi's got any damage.
Yeah.
I think that was. I think I was a bit of a racing incident because I think Zanardi just pushed him a bit wide, but then Average joined in a bit too early again. And then just caused them to punt each other around. F1 Zanardi, he's going to be fighting for that position again.
Zanardi's not giving up.
This is.
He hasn't got damage, Zanardi, because he's still fighting for P3, but he's on the other side this time. He's probably going to make a replica move again, like the 3rd lap in a row, by the looks of things. He's got the right pace for it. He's gonna take. Don't find the cover to the right hand side. Zanardi's gonna get DRS. It's gonna be very tight, straight going into turn 1. Don't find managed to defend off the inside. Very nicely, in fact.
He's going to switch back. Zanardi's going to try to switch back, but he doesn't get on the power early enough.
No. So that is unfortunate. But steerage 22.2 seconds behind it cleared Jason. I think it's the most dominant race steerage has done forever in a while. Steerage had a bad start in turn 1, but that didn't let that phase him. He had a positive mindset to make sure that he carries on, and I think he's been carrying on for all of it, and that's what's helping him be clear. He hasn't got the only penalty that he has got is the 10 seconds. So he's gonna have enough to win at the moment. But
JJ Rock to the fastest lap.
that is good from JJ Rocks.
1:22.3. So he's got something to take away from here. A point at the fastest lap.
Yeah. So that would be good for these guys. As I do believe
Zanardi's trying to get underneath the rear wing. I can see him understeering from Zanardi's car.
yeah, by the looks of things.
Those front wheels just keep sliding and sliding and sliding, and he's just not getting any purchase out of there. I think who's that going out of the pits ahead of them? Is that forcing? That's a Sauber. That's Barry.
Yeah.
Barry's gonna have to get out of the way fairly urgently.
That was tight. That was very tight. Barry just got time
Oh.
there. Barry just moved out
No,
of the way.
Dundee should have waited. Dundee should have waited.
Yeah.
He got out of the way perfectly fine there, but Dundee just got a bit too eager. I think that might have toasted him, but I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens. Although ADOS, no,
Oh no!
Dundee, what are you doing? What are you doing, fella?
Oh no! So Zanardi's now out of the podium. No.
That was far too much of a lunge.
That was, to be honest. And is his
Zanardi, keep it
teammate?
together, buddy.
Is his
Fifth
team?
is still your best result
Yeah.
if you're watching.
Yeah. If you're watching this, it'll be your best result anyway. Ados Gamers now side by side with Dome Thunder. Dome Thunder, I feel like, is making moves far too soon. So I think that's what he's doing. But Ados now up into P3, so he's going to get his best result in the while as well. But I know Ados, he's a man who is very good on his tyres. So that's why he's still on those softs for around about 8 laps. And Nardi's been on those super softs for 12 laps. So yeah, incredible stuff. We're on the final lap. And
He's too far back. Thunder's only just got DRS, but it's not going to be enough. If he wants to make a move, he's going to have to do it into one of the harder corners.
I am going to reveal the penalties at the end because I don't want to spoil it. So Jack knows, but I don't. So he has.
Can't remember.
I know you can't remember. That's all right then. As steerage is going through Ascari now. I think he has just lapped the Mercedes Auxilian or Titan. Oh no, it's Titan. Yeah, it was Titan. As steerage is still lagging. Don't know how, but he's about to cross the line. Don't hit the wall, please. As he goes on to win the. Oh my God, what is happening with the AI? Anyway, he goes on to win the Monza. Oh, his car just always tips upside down. He has won the Italian Grand Prix. And Jason's about to cross the line. And I think it's a best finish time in the race, 38 minutes. So you were right, Jack.
That was perfect. That was exactly my guess.
38 minutes and 17 seconds.
That's almost exactly half of the race distance, I'm pretty sure, in real life.
Yeah, and Jason, 38 minutes.
38 minutes is my Thunder lets Zanardi through. That's fair enough. I'll give him that.
Fair enough. I'll give well done, well done. He realised he was in the wrong.
Zanardi gets a podium though. Ados Gamer had penalties.
Yeah. So Ados got a penalty, but the thing is, if Zanardi didn't have that bad luck, he would have got P2. But anyway, he still got a podium. His best result in like a mile. So I am sorry. My driver of the day has definitely got to go to Zanardi. He's gained so many positions, and to get a podium after having a really bad race last week, props to him. Like, yeah, he's my driver of the day. I don't know if you agree. Jack?
Oh wait, sorry. Wait, what did you say?
I would
Sorry.
say Zanardi to get driver of the day. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'd say Zanardi. I mean, Zillion did a good job as well, but he sort of let it go at the end of the race. He had a little bit of a spin against Zanardi himself, but Zanardi managed to hold it together and stay just close enough behind Eidos Gabor and get P3.
Yeah, a few people in the chat are saying well done to him as well. Yeah, Steerage being happy with Zanardi's performance, and let me just check. What was Zanardi's first finish beforehand? A P5, and that was in Canada. So he's beat his best position by 2, so that's good. So Steerage takes the win, followed by Jason, then Zanardi, then Eidos, then Dome Thunder, then Zillion, then Dark Phoenix, and then Atlantis, then Cow, and then JJ Rocks rounding up your top 10 with Titan Prime and Barry, your final finishers, and then Leper, Hamilton, AJH, Andrew, and Blazing Slender, your non-finishers. And we did have 2 of the Ferraris finish and get points. So that will give the Tifosi something to cheer about.
Doing interviews tonight?
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me because I forgot last week.
Okay.
So
I see Jason has already sent me a message about it, so he's eager.
Yep, he is eager. So if you can,
I'll invite him.
Invite our top 3 to the beautiful commentatory box, which is nice and warm, I gotta say. And yeah, so yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to say invite to gang. Fuck.
Oh my god, you swore again.
Shit. I'm sorry. This mic is so sensitive. I'm trying to do it under my breath, but it's not working.
So we're just gonna wait until people join. We got Zanardi in the chat at the moment. We're gonna wait for Jason and Steerage.
They're coming.
They are coming. I may as well speak to you first whilst we wait for them. Zanardi, your best result. I was a bit worried then at the end that you were going to lose it, but due to those penalties, you still managed to hold on to that P3. That must have been an intense race for you, but you must be relieved to get your best result of the season.
Absolutely. I was finally able to have a race where I could stick to my strategy. Made sure that I didn't take wing damage. I just have had bad luck. But yeah, there was some intense battles. I gave as much respect I was given, I felt like, but yeah, it was a pretty sweaty race for me.
What was the hardest bit for you? Because when you had a few collisions towards the end, what was going through your mind then to see if you can try and get that podium? Did you know that Eidos had a few penalties?
No, I don't usually check penalties. I just try to put in the best lap times, most consistent, and let that all figure itself out. But as far as the pitting, I was worried because that virtual safety car is like perfect. But what ended up happening was we ended up having a double stack, cost me a couple seconds. But I knew I was going to be on supers, others on mediums. So with that in mind, I knew I could work through the field as long as I just kept it clean as best I could. The biggest hurdle was trying to make some passes.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest hurdle for anyone, especially around Italy. And now going into the next race, now you got that podium, are you going to try and get another podium again, or are you just going to score as much points as you could? What is Singapore like for you?
Singapore, it's like everybody's going to say, it's all about tire wear.
Yes, it is.
As long as you keep your nose clean, manage the tires. That's the biggest thing. Consistency, sector 2. I'm going to shoot for top 5. You know, it was unlucky for Hamilton getting out of the race.
Yes, it
but
was.
yeah, I shoot for top 5.
Yeah. So yeah, well done to you, Zanardi. I think we're all very, very proud. Let's go on to our P2. Jason, well done on your massive result. You couldn't obviously catch 2 steerage because he was like 20 seconds ahead of you. But was that the best you can do tonight, or did you have more in you? 'Cause that was a very good result from you again.
It was a good result. I'd say I had more in me, but turn 1 just with all the collisions, didn't help. But my strategy paid off. Softs to mediums, going to the gravel on the soft
Aww.
ended my tyres. So had to pit. Steerage, well, I was never going to catch him. He was gone.
He was gone into Narnia. Never come back again. After those issues you had at the start, was it hard coming back from that and trying to stay where you were? Because you were still managing to produce some good tyre wear saving.
It wasn't a problem getting back after the trip into the gravel. I just got my head down. I knew I had the pace, so just waiting for everyone to make their pit stops, and then started putting in the fastest laps.
And that's probably one of your best results in the new ILR3 team. Having a little bit of a plug there. Do you think the team will be proud of your result tonight?
Yeah, it's the best I could do for the team, and Italy's one of my best tracks, so
that's good.
I was hoping for a podium.
Yeah, I know the team will be proud. We are all proud anyway, Nyla. So well done to you. And fight. I was going to hand on to steerage, but I just realised one more question. Singapore, is that your favourite track, or do you have to work a bit harder next week to get the similar result, if not better, next week?
It's a good track, but I'm going to have to work a bit harder because tyre temps, considering I'm on the pad on that track,
yes,
I'm going to have a big problem.
That is quite difficult on the pad, I've got to say. But yeah, good luck for next weekend. Finally, our race winner, for pretty much the second week in a row, steerage. Well done to you. We thought you were never going to get that win due to that penalty. That possibly could get removed, but I don't know. But did that change your strategy to try and make sure you were clear to still get that win? Or were you planning that strategy all along? Because that gap between you and Jason was unstoppable today. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, so turn one was obviously a bit chaotic. I had a good start, a good launch, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll just turn in for turn one. And as I was turning to the right, I just saw a red indicator get very big, and then Andrew's car just fly past. So I instinctively missed turn one to avoid damaging my car, and unfortunately got the penalty. So I was a bit distracted from that. So I just thought, right, I'm just gonna have to push. I recorded it, so maybe it will get removed. But as I say, I just focused on lap times, being consistent. I saw Hamilton was involved in an incident, which was unfortunate for him because it was a great battle last week, and I want to race him and Jason every week. I don't want to win, and not have battles. I'd rather have battles and prove myself. But I did what I could, and I just made the gap, and yeah, luckily it was enough to win tonight.
Yeah, was it hard going onto those soft tyres? Did you lose a bit of grip towards the end, or did you knew?
Yeah, the end of the first stint was difficult. On the supers, I was around 67%, 70% wear when I pitted on the supers. The plan was always to stretch the first stint if I could, because it would make my life easier at the end, just in case I did need to build a gap. But then I noticed I had a back marker behind me who was on fresh supers and keen to get past, so I was a bit nervous there as well. So I was just taking it easy and trying to look after the tyres. So yeah, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, luckily for me it was a clean race in general.
And Singapore, what are you going to do to make sure that the likes of Jason and Hamilton do not close to you as much?
Yeah, so Singapore's an interesting track. I know Zanardi touched on it just a second ago, and obviously Jason as well with the tyre temperatures. It's so important. There's a lot of things you can do on the setup to help that. And I've raced a couple other leagues in Singapore, so I've got a good idea of what to do and what not to do. So I'm hoping I can just be consistent, keep the tyres in a good operating window, and just try and race those guys, because I'm sure they'll be back at Singapore. So I need to bring my my A game.
You will do, and well done tonight, second win in a row as well. So Good job. And Jack, any final
Thank you.
words? Or any final questions?
No, you wrote it up quite nicely.
So thank you guys so much for watching the stream tonight, and it's been a good race, I've got to say, and we're so excited for Singapore. Make sure you join us next Friday for that, and also some more Italian action on Sunday for PS4 as well. But I've been Jess Games 95, Jack has been JSR Snakes, and we will see you next time in Singapore. Goodbye.